Welcome to Brain Wreck. I'm Jason X.
And I'm Kevin Graham.
And this is the best show on the internet.
Yeah, on the road, apparently.
We're doing them things a little different, folks.
Different.
I couldn't be live.
Unique.
In my own studio.
You're live here, though.
On the road.
Yeah.
I am in a hotel room.
Yeah.
Out. A very nice one. To be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Like this is I'm putting on the Ritz. As Taco would say.
You're put. Do they still have Ritzes? Is that even still a thing?
There is a club in Ybor called the Ritz.
Club Ritz?
It's not Club Ritz. It's just Ritz.
Oh,
it's the Ritz.
Oh, the Ritz.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah,
what the hell are they putting on the Ritz, anyways?
Well, usually it's like raves.
Raves? Oh, that. Yeah. But I meant like back in the day. Do you think they were raving back in the day?
They didn't have glow sticks, so I don't know.
I think they just had like plutonium and like hazardous chemicals.
I mean, everybody did cocaine because they didn't think it was bad.
Everybody did cocaine and like worked with chemicals without masks. I know like that was all the rage.
I once heard a woman who was basically like a housewife, and she grew up being a housewife in like the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, yeah, it was great. Like, I would just do a bunch of coke and like clean the house. It was awesome.
Oh my! Could you imagine that as your life? Like, what'd you do today? About couple rails,
and did all the dishes.
Clean the windows. This house, and then I got this house so clean that I did more rails off the floor, off the counter, off the dog, off the window. It was great. I'm going to clean this house again tomorrow. It's going to be fantastic. Wow. I'm so amped up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, but then, people are like, well, it's not great for you. And they're like, but I get so many things done.
Yeah.
So
that's,
you take the good, take the bad, take them both. They have.
The facts of life. Cocaine and cleaning.
Facts of life.
Don't mix it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I am staying at a fancy ass hotel on the road. Mm-hmm. But still dedicated.
Hey.
Still giving you the best damn show on the internet.
Yeah. Because coming up, it's gonna get a little hairy, folks.
We're busy. We're busy. Guys.
We're like this is. It's weird to be like, yeah, like we're both very busy, and it's not like. Yeah, I got like a whole bunch of like things that I just got going on in my life. It's like no, like it's like more like one focused thing, and like we're just
real busy.
Real busy. This is being an adult.
I thought about that earlier today. I'm like, is this an adult job? Is this what
we have adult jobs? like that's the thing. It's like we're at a point in our lives where it's no longer just a job. Like it's an adult job.
It's an adult job. It's an adult. When they give you what do they call it? A meal voucher. then you know you have an adult job.
That's how you know you've made it.
That's how you know when you've got an allowance.
When the hot dog is on top of the weekly salary.
That's right.
That's
right.
That's when you know
it's not your payday.
It's not. Yeah. Payday's on Friday. Here's your hot dog for now. Yeah, I don't know when, like, I'm trying to think of the first time I was like, oh, yeah, like, I've got a real job. I was like, I feel like even the job, because I had two jobs. Okay, I'll say this. Like, right after college, I had two jobs where I had to fill out paperwork. So that's like an official job, Worked a couple where I didn't need to fill anything out.
It's just kind of under the table?
Yeah, well, yeah. So, like, my first two paperwork jobs that the government was tracking me on, I don't really know that there was ever a point where I was like, oh, yeah, like, this is a job.
I think the first job where I was like, this is a real job was, like, when you have to, like, mark down who gets your shit when you die. Like, when you're putting beneficiaries down. You're like, oh shit, this is for real. This
It's
is for
like, do I have
keeps.
to fill this out now? Like,
Right.
I didn't plan on anything this week.
Right. I got lots of things going on.
Like,
Like,
can you come back to me in at least a couple of months? Let me see how this is going, and then
right.
we'll have that conversation.
No, it's like day one. You're like, who gets your shit when you're gone?
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
oh,
like
I don't know.
I haven't taken my coat off yet. Like, at least
Right.
show me to my
Exactly.
desk.
Like a nameplate.
I feel like the first time where I was like, oh yeah, like this is a job. I wanted it may have been when I like traveled for work the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and they were just like, here's your info, and I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah. I
cool.
think that's it. I
Yeah,
think
I
that's where
feel
you make
like
it. You
yeah.
know.
I'm trying to think of like because like there have been like a bunch of times where they're like, we're bringing in pizza, and then it's just like, how about a raise? There's pizza, and we got a dartboard and a tap in the break room.
Motherfuckers at my last job, swear to Christ, they owe me 3 pizza parties that they never delivered on.
Dude.
Like, dude, like every time it was like, if you do this, we're gonna throw you a pizza party, and we do the thing, and then there's like, where's our fucking pizza?
Right.
And they're like, well,
I'll tell you what though. So like okay, see that is a situation in which you were entitled to that pizza.
That's right.
If and this is for anybody out there who, if you happen to be a young person, I'm sorry, we're not going to lead you down the right path.
Nope.
But if you're still watching, if you have a job where the company regularly offers like free meals and like free pizza in the morning, and most of your coworkers are complaining about having to have free pizza again, that's not a real job.
No.
It's not a real job. I'm sorry.
No.
The amount of times there was a company I worked for where every Friday the company would cater breakfast. In my opinion, completely unnecessary. For this
fucking free shit.
For
you
the
want it.
For the no. But it was one of those things when you actually break it down and think about like the business aspect of it all. It's like, I understand what you're trying to do. Like you're trying to build morale, you're trying to build a corporate culture and a company culture, and you're bringing on all these new people who want to be in a fun environment. Like, give us fun. We don't want good salaries. We just want fun. Woo! But like it got to a point where I was like, this is a waste of money. Like this is not a good business expense. Like I understand the reasoning behind it. However, I feel like you're wasting money here that could be, and this money could go into a pot that could go to bonuses, that could go to better benefits, better salaries, things that can add up in the long run. And it got to a point where people would be like, it was actually weird because there would be like two sides, like, oh, pizza again. It's like, it's free. You don't need to eat it. And then there was the side of the people who were like, what do you mean there's no free breakfast today? I didn't eat breakfast this morning because I was expecting free breakfast. And I'm like, you're in your mid-20s. You're leaving the house without a game plan. And sure, your game plan might be that there's going to be free breakfast, but if you don't have a backup plan, that is on you. Like, you need to plan ahead. Me, I had my protein bar and vegetable shake this morning. I'm fine. I'm not eating that. Gross.
I wouldn't eat that either.
That was strict diet Kevin when I was at my leanest, and I felt great. I would love to get back to that point. I was telling Christy today actually, because like we go to Vegas next week, which we'll get into some of the travel stuff in here in a minute. But I was like, man, I was like, this month just like picked right up. Like I had so many plans for like, okay, like prepping for Vegas. Like here are the things I want to do. Here are the things I want to focus on. And now I'm just like mush.
Well, the thing is too, like me and the wife were talking about it, and it's like, how is it that October is always the fucking busiest time of year?
It's
always.
It's because it's the first month of the fourth quarter.
I don't even know it's that. I just think all the fun shit happens in October.
Oh,
Like,
oh, you meant okay. I see the direction you were going with. I was going from
yeah,
I was going from wrong direction.
but
But no,
like
it is.
this time last year we were on the cruise.
And then this time 2 years ago, we were in Disney.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's always a busy ass fucking October. Which, by the way, after we talked about it, me
Hmm.
and the wife went back and watched our cruise video.
Yeah.
It is the funniest fucking video we've
Dude,
ever produced
it's
of
the
all
best
fucking time.
content. Yeah. It
My
is one of the
my
best.
Blakely was like, we talked about nothing for 10 minutes at the beginning of that video,
Yeah.
and it has 600 fucking views.
Yeah.
600 fucking people sat through 10 minutes of bullshit to get through.
They're just like, hey, come see this recap video of the SS Neverender. You looking to go to the one in 2023? Well, follow us for all the deets you need. And then it's just two assholes rambling about nonsense. And then, okay, yeah, here's the trip video for you.
Yeah, the best part is you think we're about done.
Yeah.
You think we're about ready to jump into the video. And then you go on a tangent about your shoes that lasts like 5 fucking minutes. Like, I was dying.
I need to go back and watch that. I haven't watched that in a minute.
My sense of comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, like October low. I feel like for a number of reasons, like number one, just like job wise, October is always super busy because you're coming off of the summer months, which are typically a lot of times in business, summer months can be a slump because people aren't really focused on business at that point in time. People aren't focused on purchasing and buying and all that stuff. So, sales get down, the brand kind of gets stale. You got to figure out the plan. And then you've got all the push for the holidays, all the build up to the end of the year, all the planning for next year. So job wise, it's always chaos. Personal fun wise, you've got Halloween. You've got the fall season. So if you're in a fall weather state or a fall weather area, you've got the foliage. Upstate New York, you got the apple picking.
I mean, that's about the only thing to do. So,
well, you can pick apples and pumpkins. You got your football. You got your baseball closing out. You got your soccer closing out. You got a whole, again, build towards Halloween. Again, like I haven't been in the Halloween spirit this year, so I'm like, oof, no? It's too much going on. Too much going on.
Well, see, I've been in the Halloween spirit.
Oh.
Because I've been doing Halloween things.
Yeah?
So.
Okay.
So I don't know if we talked. I think we talked about it where we went to a couple weeks ago. We went to Mickey's Not So Scary.
You had
Halloween
mentioned
party
that. Yeah.
So we did that, and that was a birthday gift from my mother to my wife.
Okay.
Was my wife that she took everybody to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had some other friends that bought tickets for her birthday as well, where we were going to Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights, which is something we've wanted to do for years.
Universal.
And years and years and years.
Yes.
And we finally got to go. And that was last Friday.
Okay.
We got to go.
Okay. How was it?
Okay. Here's the thing about Halloween Horror Nights.
Okay.
If you watch the YouTube videos, you watch the YouTubers, you go through there, you're like, holy shit, this is a scary fucking event.
Yeah.
Like people jumping out at you, really gruesome costumes, extensive makeup, elaborate houses, that sort of thing. You go there in person and you're just like, somebody built all this. This is impressive as fuck. Like, I just kept walking around just being like, look at the detail. This is incredible.
You could care less about the experience. You're just there for the architecture and the facades and the decor.
Yes, there are like actors out there that are going to jump out and try to scare you and that sort of thing. And like some of them are successful, but like most of the time you can kind of see it coming.
Sure.
And the real fun, the most fun is if you're with a group of people and you let them go first.
Oh.
And then you see everything coming and you see them get the fucking shit scared out of them.
Yeah.
Like that's a good time.
Okay.
That's enjoyable.
Okay.
But honestly, like going through the Halloween Horror Nights, and I'll go a little bit more detail in a second, but
Mhm.
like you're just like, this is movie set quality,
Dude, I mean,
like
Universal.
sets,
Yeah.
designs, costumes, makeup, effects. Like it's impressive. Not really scary, to be
Sure.
perfectly honest,
Okay. Okay.
but just like, god damn, they put effort
Yeah.
into this thing. So I would 100% recommend everybody go.
That
Like,
is next year.
mhm.
That's kind of
Sorry,
where
guys,
I'm
we're
at.
under the weather.
Yeah, yeah, I can tell. Can tell. Next year. That's don't know if we'll see. If I can plan towards it, I
And
will.
the thing is, like, we went with some people. Like, we went with one person who was like, "I don't want to get scared. I don't
Right.
like being scared. You know, I'm afraid to
Oh.
get scared." And they were like really hesitant to go.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And we're like, "It'll be fine. You're with a group of people. Like, it's folks, it's fucking pretend. All right, like it's not real." Um, but at the end of the day, they went and they were just like, "This is just cool. Like, it's just
Oh, that's
cool.
good at
Like,
least.
it's not scary. It's just like it's unbelievable.
Sure.
Like, just the work and the effort and just it's more of like it's kind of like going into like a really immersive museum where you're
Oh.
looking at like really like high level pieces of art
Okay.
and you're just like, this is great. And then sometimes, Michael Myers jumps out and scares you.
It tries to stab you a
But
couple
like,
times, but yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Um, so we went there, and the and the other thing about Halloween Horror Nights is they have about like, I don't know, 8 or 9 like haunted houses that you
Mm-hmm.
can walk through, and then they have in the streets of the park different zones that they call scare zones that
Sure.
you walk
Yes.
through
Yes, I've heard of
that are
this.
themed as well. So going into it, you have to understand like you can't do everything. Like you just
Oh.
can't.
Yeah. No, no, no,
Like
no, no.
it is impossible unless you're gonna pay for the extra whatever it is to skip lines
To
and
like
shit like
fast
that.
pass it, or you got to stay for 2 nights.
Exactly. Which the fast pass costs more than the actual park ticket
Yeah, no,
to
I don't
get
need
in.
to do that. No.
Exactly. So with that being said, we were still able to get through 4 different houses,
Hmm.
which is not bad because we got there at 7 and then it ended at 2 a.m.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad.
So it's a decent amount of time to
Yeah.
be there. We were able to walk through all the scare zones
Oh.
there, and we actually got on a ride too.
I
So
was
like
gonna
we were able
say,
to do a lot.
are there a lot of people who are still doing rides and stuff?
There are some like, but not really because like you could always come back and do the rides,
Okay.
but this Halloween thing is only up for this period of time.
Yeah. Cause like,
So
yeah,
we
cause
did
like, I guess I could see like some people being like, yeah, like I like the idea of it, but I'm not really into like the scare zones and like the haunted houses and stuff. But like, I like the atmosphere.
yeah,
So and like, I'd
yeah,
imagine
exactly.
like maybe the rides are a little bit lighter on lines during those times.
Oh, definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
And also if they like the Harry Potter shit, that thing is completely open and there's no scary shit in there whatsoever.
There you go.
Um, besides Harry Potter. Um,
Yeah.
so when we went in, and the first house that we went in was the one that I was looking forward to the most
Oh, which one
because
was
I'm a
that?
dork, and it was the Universal Monsters house.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I'm a big fan of the classic
Mm-hmm.
Frankenstein,
Mm-hmm.
Dracula, Mummy, Wolfman, all that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah.
And every year they do a Universal Monster House. It just kind of changes what they were doing. So this year they were doing the Wolfman versus Dracula versus the Mummy.
Okay.
And so basically you go through this house, and it's set in Egypt, so it's set in the Mummy
Mm-hmm.
kind of like universe type of thing. And you go through this house, and I guess every week they change who wins at the end of the
They
battle.
changed the finish.
They change the finish at the end of it. So, which is great because then people go all the time. They
Yeah,
got
yeah.
different outcomes and things like that. It was so impressive. Like just you walk into, I mean, and these were like the old sound stages there.
Hmm.
So like, Nickelodeon Studios used to produce there, and like so they've got full on sound stages,
Oh wow.
and you're going through, and it's you're in this big ass warehouse that they've fucking decked out all the way to the top of the thing, and you're looking up, you're looking around. There's a goddamn mummy, there's a wolf man, there's fucking Dracula, all sorts of shit going on, and then like you get to the end, and our end, the mummy one,
Yeah, okay.
you get to the end, and Dracula has all these fucking like claw marks in him, and he's like pinned to the wall, shredded. And then you turn the corner, and the mummy has a beheaded wolf man, like just holding it up, and it's just like, God damn,
And then are these like people or are they dummies?
no, these are people. These
Like,
are
oh,
characters.
so it's like actual people dressed up as like Dracula and the Wolfman and the Mummy.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Full makeup, looks movie accurate, like
Wow.
it's impressive as fuck. So that was amazing.
Hmm.
Then the next house we went to was called I can't remember the exact name, but it was basically like a bug infestation
Ooh, okay.
type of situation.
It's like my kitchen.
And yeah, there you go. It's set in like the 1950s World Fair,
Okay.
and they're like displaying like the House of the Future, basically. And then as you're going through like the House of the Future, like bugs start infiltrating the House of the Future, and it goes from like kind of being scary to almost like campy
Sure.
a bit, because like at one point there's like dudes in like giant bug costumes like coming
Yeah,
at
because
you,
I
and
feel
you're
like
like,
Bugs is one where like it can be a little unsettling at first, but eventually like you have to
right,
see the bug.
right,
And
right,
unless
and
it's like
it's a
some
giant,
fucking
it's a
gnarled
giant man,
beast, yeah, it's just like
right,
"Bleh, Buzz."
in a bug, and you're just like, this is fun. You're just like, this is fun.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
having fun.
It goes from unsettling to fun. That's basically what that is.
Yeah, the only thing that was kind of weird was you go through one of these rooms, and it's almost pitch black,
Hmm.
and they did this shit where they like hung some shit from the ceiling, so like you're kind of walking through and it feels like bugs are like kind of touching
Oh,
you, but it's
okay.
just this shit that like, so they do like some senses
That's
effects
pretty
too.
cool. Yeah.
It was very neat. And then the next house we did was the headlining house of the this year's Halloween Horror Night, which was the weekend,
Oh
after
yeah.
hours nightmare.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I didn't know who this was before. So listen, folks, like I'm not hip. I'm not with it.
Not familiar with the weekend.
I'm a dad. Like, you know, I don't know things.
That don't mean anything.
But like when we saw that we were going, we're like, oh, there's this guy, and
Hmm.
it's the weekend, and so we're like, we have to watch
You
his
gotta get the
videos to know
backstory.
what this the
You gotta
backstory.
you gotta see the first movie so you can understand the second movie.
Exactly. I don't want to walk into the middle of the movie and ask what the plot is. Like, I don't
Exactly.
want to be that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. You're out of your element at that point.
Exactly. So we watch the music videos, and these things are amazing.
Yeah.
We're like watching the music videos. I'm just like, this is like camp horror. Like, it's trippy.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I never watched them all together or like in
Mm,
sequential order, I think, because I'm pretty sure like there is like
mm,
a whole like overarching thing you're supposed to watch. I've only watched like
yeah,
segments of it and I've heard like a lot of the songs. Seems like a cool concept.
it was. Unfortunately, the house was nothing like that.
Oh, really?
Um, it took like some elements from the videos, but it was very um,
Oh yeah, you're
you're
hip.
hip, you rave.
You rave. Like what are you talking about? You're not hip. You go to raves.
Well, I didn't know what the weekend was. I don't know. Like, the fuck.
It's okay.
Um, so they took like elements from his videos, but it was very original at the
Sure.
same time,
Okay.
which was cool. And it was another one of those houses where you're just like, this is just fun. Like we're just having fun here. But I will say it scared the fucking shit out of me.
Really?
I'm walking through, and out of nowhere, like, oh, and another part of it too was the part of the weekend thing is that he's fucked up in Vegas is
Right,
like
right.
kind of the idea. So they did a lot of like Fear and Loathing
Oh, yeah.
references in the
Which
house,
yeah,
which
yeah.
which was cool. we're just walking, and all of a sudden, this giant lizard hand comes from the ceiling, like down, and we're just like, "What the fuck? This is
Mhm.
crazy." So that was awesome. And then the last house we did was probably like I would say the most like detailed house of them all,
Okay.
and it was enormous. It was called Dead Man's Wake. It was about like frozen sailors that came back to life, and like zombie sailors
Sure.
kind of thing. We went into this when we go into the house. This house, I kid you not, had like 8 full-size boats in it
Okay.
that you're just walking through these boats and you're just like, this is enormous. And you just go from like one to the other, and like obviously like some shit's happening, and at one point like they have like a rain effect, so it feels and a wind, so like you feel like you're like on the seas and shit
Mhm.
like that.
Mhm.
And you're just like, this is big. Like you're just like, this is large.
Hmm.
You can fit a lot of shit in here.
I just love the idea that you're going to Halloween Horror Nights and you're just
Mhm.
impressed with the buildings.
I mean,
Like
it's
like the
dude. When you go, you'll understand.
Oh, no,
When
I'm
you go,
sure I
you'll
will,
understand.
but like it's such a cuz like you, I would expect, yeah, like go, you get scared, blah, but there is that element of like, yeah, no, like this is universal.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they maybe not created, but they really like pioneered like the horror movie genre.
Oh yeah.
Like, of
Yep.
course they're going to do it better than everybody else.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Without question.
Yeah.
And so like the houses were dope. The scare zones were cool. So a lot of people, well, walk up behind people and rev chainsaws. That was fun.
Mm,
Um, they had like this one was like a witch doing a seance, and then like this big like fucking pyrotechnic goes off like halfway through it and some shit. And like
Jesus.
there's there's a giant like human pumpkin thing.
Okay.
It's like it's just impressive. It's just really impressive. So we are gonna make it a point to keep going
To keep going every year.
because we enjoyed the shit out of it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to keep you posted because, again, like as we've discussed on this show, I feel like I am a little bit more of a universal guy. You know, when it
Mm,
comes to the theme
right,
parks.
right, right.
Blakey says you walk through a full size boat inside a sound stage. That was great. Yeah.
It was crazy.
So, and I feel like with the Halloween theme, all the horror stuff, that kind of fits right. I mean, Christ, look at my fucking back wall here.
There you go.
Like kind of fits right into my wheelhouse. So definitely, I'm gonna need to look into going maybe next year. I don't know, Christy. Maybe we can do a little Florida trip in October again.
Got a place to stay.
Got a place,
Just saying.
or better yet, we all go to the one in California because
Oh,
California's right there.
yeah. Well, right there is.
I mean, technically it is like right. Let's see. That's
Well, maybe for you, you're like halfway
it's
there.
like right there. It's like that way or that way. It's one of these ways. Maybe
It
that
goes
way.
both ways.
I mean, I'm sure in some parts it does.
San
But yeah,
Francisco.
I mean, you know, I think a trip to Florida around the month of because like when does it start?
Oh yeah, it starts in September,
Okay.
and Blakely doesn't hate Universal anymore. So that's a good.
I vaguely remember this. What was the reason for hating Universal before?
She went when she was pregnant and she couldn't ride anything.
Oh, it was a bad. Yes, bad experiences will do that to you.
Yes.
I feel like that was I had an I was gonna say I had an experience like that. I had an experience similar to that, except
you're
for the
pregnant?
whole.
In
No,
a theme park?
not quite that, but
Okay.
almost.
Okay.
Where like I had a bad experience at a theme park as a kid, and I was like, oh yeah, I always hated that theme park, and people would be like, why? And I'd be like, I don't know, I just had a bad time. And they're like, but what was it about the park? I don't know, I just had a bad time, and I just never liked it
Cool
after
story.
that. But next year,
But yeah,
Universal.
next year I highly recommend. And you know, we had some people being like, so what's better?
Yeah,
Disney's Not So Scary or Universal? And it's like they're not the same.
they're not the same.
You can't really compare them.
Mm-mm.
One
No.
is one is super family friendly, and you get to trick or treat as an adult and not feel weird about it. And then the other one, you're just like, wow, this is impressive. People
Mm-mm.
built things.
Look at
It's
these things that they have built.
they put a lot of effort into this. Good for them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's funny you brought up the Vegas thing because we, Christy and I, go to Vegas next week actually, which fucking don't know where that came from or like how that came up so fast and sudden.
Right.
And
Exactly.
I think I'm ready. I hope I'm
Are you
ready.
packed?
Am I packed? I mean, we're not leaving until like Thursday or Friday of next week.
And
You're okay. You're not wrong. But no, I'm not packed. Like I still got to do laundry. Yeah, we're gonna be gone for most of next week. So we will not. Well, no, we will be because you're here next week.
Yeah, I'm here
So
next week.
so we'll still be able to do the show. This show,
Yeah, just not the other show.
not the other show. But we're gonna try to put the other show in the can because, folks, we got, as we said at the top of this show, we've got a lot coming up over the next month or so. So we're gonna try to figure out the best possible way to pump out content. Yeah, this show will be airing live next week. We're gonna try to do "Don't Be an Asshole" pre-tape for next week because we'll be in Vegas and then we come back. And
wait,
then,
is this gonna fuck up your thing?
what thing?
Your streaming goal?
No. I'm gonna hit that.
You're gonna hit that?
Yeah, I think I've only got like one more.
Oh yeah, you did it like October 1st or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like some.
Yeah. No, but I'm gonna make sure that I get a couple more streams in. Okay, it's been getting kind of hairy lately with that. Like
yeah.
I couple like last month, I was like, oof. I got like I really had to force myself to get one in.
The finish line is in sight.
I know,
Kevin.
it's in sight.
Don't
I
drop
see
the
it.
ball now.
And like the thing is, it's like there's a couple of specific things I just need to stream so I can get those out of the way so I can start getting into like new shit that I really think is going to be good. But yeah, this is like the first time I've made a New Year's resolution. I feel like I've actually come close to sticking to it. So I mean,
that's accurate. We've had documentation on the show.
And I don't do too well.
You don't know.
Not very well.
Not once.
But yeah, I'm gonna try because let's see. I gotta look at the calendar because the next couple of months is gonna be fucking wild. Because let's see. I'm here all this week. Next week, we're streaming this. Christy and I leave for Vegas. Come back. And then I'm home for a weekend. So I can probably knock a few things out then. Then it's Halloween. And then I go to California for a week. And then I come back from California. I'm home for a week. And then I go to Denmark. And then I'm back the following week. And then it's the weekend of Thanksgiving. And then my mom's in town the week after that. And then then the same day my mom leaves town, I fly out to Tampa.
That's right. Which we might be able to do a live show together. It might not be on a Wednesday.
We might. I gotta figure out what. Yeah.
Well, you gotta make your own schedule. So.
So many things I'm learning. But no, there might be some opportunities to do some stuff. How long does Halloween Horror Nights go for? Like, it doesn't go until like December,
November
right?
1st.
Fuck. Okay. I was gonna say, does it go until the
no, just go asshole. No.
What do you? I mean, come on. You know.
They do like a weird like Christmas thing at Universal.
Oh, really?
It's it's like Christmas at Universal is sponsored by Macy's. Yeah. So like they do like a Macy's parade, but like Christmas. and it's odd.
Well, I think Macy's does it. Somebody does a Christmas parade.
Well, they usually do the Thanksgiving Day parade. It's like the Macy's Thanksgiving
Right.
Day parade. But Universal's like, we'll just take all that shit. Anyway.
They just get all the carryover, bring it down here.
But yeah, you know, like, gotta go somewhere.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to like knock out a few. And like the thing is like I don't want to do quick streams, you know, all the time. I don't want to just
you want to put some time in.
What the? I gotta stop it. Yeah, like I gotta put some like actual time into this stuff too.
Right.
Yeah. So more to come. Be sure to subscribe.
And then like I got my own shit going on too, and I'm gonna be gone a bunch. So like,
yeah,
we'll figure it out, folks.
Yeah. We'll have to get some fill-ins.
We said that we want to make different types of content for this channel.
Yeah.
That might have to come out of necessity.
Like it's gotten to a point where you and I have gotten so busy that like we can't. But it's like the thing. Normally, it's like, you know, these guys like they're getting so busy like with the show or with this thing that they can't do all the other shows. Like no, like we're getting like so busy with all the outside stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But for God, like, and I know when the hell is our anniversary? It's coming up.
It's this month. Too. Like it's somewhere between now and the end of the month.
Thanks.
That's all I know. I tried finding like an official date that we streamed on, and we're like, it's the anniversary show, but it was like never consistent. So I just know it's. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Today's the 12th.
Okay, well, let's just make next week's the anniversary show.
Next week's the anniversary show.
Okay.
The 19th. Cool. Why is next week already the 19th? God damn it. I need to take a nap.
Dude, I hear you. Because, like, October is crazy. November, like you said, you know, you got Thanksgiving and then you're revving up for Christmas. Then there's Christmas. Then there's New Year's. And then we start this whole fucking thing over again.
And then it's just a cycle. This is people,
it's a vicious cycle.
People just need to slow down. They just need to take a break, kick back, watch a movie, play a game, maybe watch a video game movie. Maybe watch a video game movie coming out in 2023. Oh. Which is a great segue into our next topic.
That's right.
Sir, have you seen the Super Mario Brothers movie trailer?
I have.
Ooh. And what are your thoughts?
I loved it.
Really?
I loved it.
Okay. Okay. I'm unsure. I don't know how I feel yet.
I think they made mostly fantastic casting choices.
Really? Okay, because this is a topic of debate.
Okay.
All right. Watching the trailer, I was like, okay, I get the, like, I feel like they almost played it a little too safe.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, everything is very much like that, those opening shots. I'm like, this could be the next Mario game.
Right.
Which is good. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not complaining about that or anything. I'm like, yeah, like, it looks good. It looks like what I would expect a CGI Mario movie to look like. Like, all the characters look like the characters. The aesthetic looks like the aesthetic. It seems like it's got a fun, cheeky tone. The whole thing out, because there's like the two parts in here. Like, we can kind of break it down where, like, you got the first part where you've got like the Koopa invasion.
Yes.
On the penguins.
Yes.
Which I thought was kind of a fun little callback.
Callback?
Or, well, for like the pen, because, you know, I think penguins, I think the Mario 64.
Oh yeah,
So I'm like, so I'm like, I kind of see what they're pulling together here. I don't know if the Penguins were involved in any other Mario games. I haven't played every single one. I'm sorry, I have a job. So I was like, oh, that's like, you know, that's kind of fun, and you know, little snowball fight, and then they took over this, that, and the other thing, and then he's getting the star, and I'm like, okay, unique, that's different,
Yeah.
or normal, what you would expect. And then the second half is Mario getting dropped into the Mushroom Kingdom, having the interaction with Toad, and then kind of hopping away to what you can kind of see in the distance as the castle.
Right.
And then of course, like the last shot in the trailer was Luigi running away from the dry bones.
Yes.
And so I was like, that's a good little tease there at the end too.
Mhm.
I was fine with everything.
Right.
It was. I feel like there wasn't exactly enough there for me to go like I'm on board yet. But
that's interesting.
Because
Okay.
I don't know, it's weird to be like I need to know more about what this movie's about to like fully be invested.
But do you?
And that's the thing. That's the thing I keep going back to is do I?
No. I mean, if you so like if you follow the plot of really like any of the Mario games whatsoever, like even if you like going to like Paper Mario or some shit like that where there's an actual plot to the game,
Yeah.
it's all based on collecting stars. It's
Oh yeah,
all
yeah.
based
That's all it
on
is.
collecting stars to gain the power
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck. And so like granted, yes, we've all played that, but there's never been a movie about it. Like the only fucking movie we have to go off is the weird fucking thing where the goddamn ooze is everywhere with that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Like that's all we have to go off of.
It has been so long since I've seen that movie that I'm like, I feel like I need to rewatch again.
No, you don't.
I don't know, man.
It's exactly as you remember it.
I know, but like, it doesn't mean I don't need a rewatch of it.
See, the boy is super into Mario.
Okay.
Now. Well, specifically Luigi.
Sure.
He loves Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, okay.
It's his favorite video game. And so one day I was like, oh, let me pop on the Mario Brothers movie for him. We didn't make it far.
I mean, at least put on the Super Show with Captain Lou.
Oh no, he loves that.
Yeah, like that's great.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we watch Captain Lou all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I think it looked I for what it was, I think it looked fun. Like, listen, and we can get into it a little bit here. I could go in on the voice acting and I could try to nitpick it. But at the same time, I'm just like, do I want to do that though? Because to me that brings me no benefit at all.
Right.
And I see a lot of the people who are like, ugh, fuck Chris Pratt. Or like, you know, it seems weird. Or like, you know, Mario doesn't have a butt. And I'm like, what?
Who's looking? Like
apparently that was a thing too. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, let's just wait a minute.
Right.
Like, let's just wait. I know there's been a big outcry to have the guy that voices the video game, Charles. I can't think of his name right now. Charles.
Like the guy that say it's a me. They weren't that guy.
Charles Martinet, I think is how you say his name.
2 lines.
But he's also a voice actor. But he is a voice actor.
Okay.
So you know he does have that background. However, I understand why they would have gone with somebody else. Why they would have like just because this exists over here doesn't necessarily mean it needs to exist across all planes of existence. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
no,
like
you know what's really interesting is, at least to me, they cast a lot of these movies for star power.
100%.
Right? That's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to voice acting, does anyone give a shit?
Yes. Yes.
Because well about star power.
Oh, about it depends.
Because at the end of the day, you're supposed to be invested as this character being its own thing.
Sure.
And while let's see, Mario is a bigger name than anyone who could ever voice him. Very true.
Very
Point
true.
exactly.
Yeah.
You don't need Chris Pratt to do that. Now, if Chris Pratt is great, then fine.
Yeah.
It's like, excuse me. It's like when I heard Bowser, and I'm like, I know it's Jack Black,
Mm-hmm.
but he's doing a great job trying not to be Jack Black. He's doing a great job trying not to be himself. Like he
So
does sneak in a little
yes.
bit. Like
So
you do get him a little bit.
so two things about the trailer that I noticed. Because you got Jack Black as Bowser, and then
Right.
Keegan-Michael Key as Toad.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost didn't recognize their voices at first. And then when I went back and I watched the trailer again, I was like, oh, they're pitching their voices.
Yeah.
Like, which I'm like, okay, like that makes sense. Like you getting that, like you get an actor, you have them come in, they lay down the lines, and then you pitch their voice a little bit to sound more like what the character should sound like. But then I'm like,
right.
But why also not just get somebody who's skilled and well versed in doing that kind of voice?
Save some money.
You can save a lot of money that way. Like, I think Christy makes a great point. Mario is a bigger name than anybody that could have voiced him. You don't need to sell this movie on a single name.
Nope.
Give me any of the major big box office, like we'll say non-Disney or even some Disney, like animated movies. And not to say the actors and the actresses are like stars in their own right, but like they're realistically they're not on that level where when you say their name, everybody knows who they are immediately.
Well, except for Dwayne.
Except who?
Except for Dwayne.
Well, except for Dwayne. But those movies do gangbusters at the box office. Those are million and billion-dollar movies. Mario has one of the biggest built-in fan bases in the history of the world.
That's right. And Christy says star power hurts animation in her opinion. Voice acting takes practice that most actors haven't invested time in.
And that's the thing. Like, if you want me to watch a movie and go, that's Mario, not Chris Pratt or Bob Hoskins. Like, you got to get somebody who can do a voice that I don't know. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there. But again, I understand why they want to go with star power because they want to put names behind the movie. But again, it's fucking Mario, man.
It's Mario.
You don't need it. You don't need it. Or better yet, like, just don't release the cast list. I mean, but then you're probably gonna have people going.
The choice of Charlie Day as Luigi
that could be fun.
Genius.
That could be fun. I will admit I was a little surprised that they cast Jack Black as Bowser.
Yeah,
because
I agree with that.
Even before this movie was announced, in my head, because I'll do this sometimes when I'm bored, which is maybe weird depending on who you ask. Is like I'll like cast movies in my head. Like I'll think about something and I'll go, okay, like who would be good for these characters? And like I would think of a Mario movie, and I'd be like, Jack Black would make a killer fucking Wario.
Oh yeah, no, like, that's good.
Like, and if you made that, like he could do that live action.
That's true.
I
think
he
could.
Like, because if you're gonna do like, because I was always like, if you do like a Wario and a Waluigi, you get Jack Black and like Bill Hader. Like, that's the perfect pair.
Good. Yeah, that's good.
For when they announced, weirdly enough, when they announced that they were going to do the animated Mario movie, I was like, well, they got to get Clancy Brown for Bowser. Because, and like, if you don't know the name, you know his voice. He's been SpongeBob. He was in Thor Ragnarok. He's just a big gorilla-looking guy who's got a deep voice, and he could hit that perfectly. And I was kind of surprised that they didn't go with somebody like him. Because I feel like you could still cast Jack Black in like a number of roles in this movie.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And then like Chris Pratt. I mean,
good for him.
Listen, like people, I understand people's dislike towards him. I do think it is uncalled for sometimes, because like there are times where I'm like, the homie's just trying to live his life.
Yeah, like who would say no?
Yeah, like who would say no?
Like,
I mean, yeah, he was going to a church that was maybe not up to snuff and maybe had a certain feeling towards certain groups of people.
I don't
But
know anything about that.
it's one of those like Hollywood churches, I guess. That's
Racist?
a little racist, a little homophobic.
Oh, well, I
But
mean, it's church,
but then again, that's also church. So I don't.
right?
I mean, that's half the population. But yeah, like, so I don't need to hear all the hate every time dude tries to have a cup of coffee. Do I think
Well,
he's?
he just got a divorce, so like homie's hurting for money, clearly.
What do you mean? He just got married.
Yeah, did he get divorced?
Well, yeah, like he's still in like Marvel movies and shit. He ain't hurting for money, and
Sir,
plus his ex wife
sir.
is quite renowned in her own name.
When you have to sell your fifth home, don't tell me. All right,
No,
you know, I won't be crying for you then.
I've got to sell the other Porsche now too. Like, oh,
That's right.
It's getting
It's
hot in
terrible.
here. I don't know how I feel about his voice in this yet.
I mean, you heard 3 seconds of it,
and
so
that's the
like,
thing. And that's the
yeah.
thing. So we'll see. I am on the train of, hey, we'll see what happens when it comes out.
Do you think the backlash, right? We saw a similar backlash with the Sonic movie, and
Yes and no.
Well, they changed the whole look
For the
of
better.
the character.
For the
Right.
better.
So does Mario get a fat ass?
They might put some junk in that trunk.
Oh, he might get implants.
Maybe. I mean, I think if you're gonna get anything out of an update from like Twitter outrage, it's gonna be a little bit more junk in the trunk.
Okay.
You're gonna get maybe some character tweaks and redesigns because this movie doesn't come out until next year. Like they still got a little bit of time to sneak a couple updates in under the wire. The Sonic debacle would have scared children. Like my nephew is a Sonic fan because of the movie. If they rolled out with that original character design, I guarantee you he wouldn't go anywhere near that character.
That's right. Christy said 3 seconds I heard did sound like Chris Pratt.
Well,
okay.
I mean,
well, good because it's him. Like the fuck.
Hey, listen. Personally, I would rather have somebody who sounds like Bob Hoskins or Captain Lou. Just like a really grizzled Brooklyn. Oh, that's not Brooklyn.
You went to the body.
Come on, Luigi. The black choppers are going everywhere. Bowser's got the black choppers, man. He's bringing in the new world order. We got to go get Schwarzenegger in the jungle. He's out there fighting the Predator again.
Speaking of which, did you see the Alex Jones shit?
Yo, fuck that guy.
Homie is done.
I hope he gets buried.
Fuck.
Yeah.
$1 billion.
Good. And hey, man, more to come.
Oh, I know.
Like he still has more trials ahead of him. He's fucked.
How does it work when you don't have that money? Like, how does that work?
So, if I read what I read correctly, so like he can file for bankruptcy, but I don't, and don't quote me on this. I'm not an expert here.
Okay.
So like, let's say he files for bankruptcy. I don't know that those fees go away.
Oh, so it's like a student loan.
That's and that shit ain't getting forgiven. Like that's the kind of thing that's going to follow him around for the rest of his life.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's $1 billion. It's
$1
billion.
Yep. Nintendo has a tighter grip on their IP. I doubt they will budge much. Yeah, Nintendo's not going to do many changes. Like, listen, like it is what it is. I'm along for this ride. I love the Mario character. I love those games. I am looking forward to this movie overall. Like I said, I don't know how I fully feel about it all yet, but I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm willing to give it a watch. I did hear some stuff about the movie itself. what I've heard
Okay.
is that it's a lot of fun. And
what else? What else did you want?
so
What forgot what? Can we talk about something here, real quick at the end? I think people, society as a whole, need to look inward a little bit more, and they need to actually ask themselves, "What do you want out of life?"
mm-hmm.
And most people are going to say happiness, and then like, no. Happiness, fun,
good times.
and if it's fun and it makes you happy, as long as you're not fucking like hacking up people.
Well, yeah. As long as your fun and happiness doesn't intrude on the health and well-being of those around you.
Like, you can't ask for anything more.
Yeah.
Like the fuck.
Yeah.
Enjoy your goddamn Mario movie. I know my son's gonna be over the moon.
But yeah,
take him probably out opening day.
I've heard the movie is a lot of fun. There's a couple of shows that I watched, and they were talking about that they actually got to see a preview cut of the movie a while back when it was still in development.
Okay.
They said the movie was a lot of fun, and there are certain characters. I won't name them specifically because I don't want to give anything away, but there are certain characters who absolutely steal the show.
Oh.
So
okay.
It's
Well, that's very exciting.
What more do you need? What more can you ask for?
Enjoy. Get yourself a pizza.
Yeah.
Get yourself a nice bottle of wine.
Some gabagool. Get yourself a little gabagool, a little piece of little wine,
little goulash,
those little mozzarella balls. Take some mushrooms, get a little blankie, roll yourself up in a ball, and just kick back and watch Mario, man. This is gonna be a great time. We're gonna fucking watch Mario tonight.
I love it. Let's do it.
All right, we need to go.
I need to go. I'm dying here, guys.
All right, listen, folks. Do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching right now. Ring that notification bell so you know each and every time that we go live. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about the Mario movie. Also, we will be back right here on youtube.com/BrainWreckTV at 10/9 Central next Wednesday night for another round of Brain Wreck Live. We're going to be putting some stuff here in the mix as well for new episodes of Don't Be an Asshole, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. And we've got more video game date night coming up. Listen, the next couple of months is going to be a little hectic with the schedules, but we're going to make it work. We're going to get that content out there for you. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell everybody you know, because we are trying to grow this channel, and we need your support. It's free. You
200 by the end of the year.
You give us a subscribe. We give you more content. And that's how it works. That's the trade-off. There's no cash. You don't got to meet anybody out by their car. No parking behind a building. You know what you're getting. It's going to be fun. That's all I got.
There you have it, folks. So for this week, I've been Jason X.
I'm Kevin Graham.
This has been the show.
Peace.